Alrighty, it's live. Of course, I wanted it to be zoomed in a little bit more, but we'll go with it as long as the video doesn't cut out like it did for Monday. And I didn't even realize that the video had cut out until we were done. I picked up the camera because I had gotten it set up. I had a good view and everything, and then I looked at it and I'm like, oh crap, we lost connection.
I vote that either we find some way to hardwire it next year, or we don't do.
Or
if we do something outside, we pre-record it.
We've got a whole year we can work on that and figure it out. And starting Sunday, we're supposed to have someone come at an ungodly hour of 8:00 in the morning on a Sunday.
Somewhere between 7:30.
Yeah. It's going to be early because it's so hot. Because they're going to climb up in the attic and check our connections.
It's early enough to make us feel responsible, and that bothers me to begin with.
Yeah. And howdy, everybody. And I had all the outside area was set up. Oh yeah. It's funny. I'll like a couple of days before New Year's, I'll actually go in there and start setting things up, and it helps that I've got bamboo in the backyard, so I can just cut fresh scaffolding when I need it. So
she likes to bamboozle the gods regularly.
I have drumsticks in my cabinet here, so I should keep them out for rim shots. But of course, I have other things. And what's so funny is afterwards I had popped one of these supercharged party poppers, and they don't use these indoors because they're really loud. And I pulled one, and some kid from the swim club beyond the backyard heard the report and squealed, I think, in terror for a moment. Poor child.
You should have told me you were going to do it. We could have done it in pairs.
Oh,
it's a nice pop. That scared the hell out of everybody.
Yeah, I would have, but well, we have more. We can save them for later. There will be other things we can do outside, and it's ultimately better we didn't do a bonfire because come to find out we're under a burn ban right now. So we have to wait until it rains again. We can be more creatively festive. But yeah, you can come in and we do the ritual together with you all monthly. Awesome, cool. And so we do. Do you have? Okay. So do we have a Discord? Yes, I got a Discord. If Ori joins us, they have the link. It's just I can't pull it up from my computer to give it to you, but we do have a Discord. It's the Kemetic Reform Discord. Yeah, and lots of fun stuff going on.
Nothing more Discordian than if you couldn't find it.
Well, it's funny. They call it Discord, but I don't think the folks that created it are Discordian per se. Although that would be an interesting question. Of course, we knew a gal who was, identifying as gal at that point. They are now other, but they are Discordian. So
I miss them.
Yeah. But I do too. But anyway. Hopefully the sound will be a little better because it's actually cool enough I can turn the fan down a bit so it's not threatening to blow everything away. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me as Tefnut purifies me. Hail unto you, that you breathe in there. Coming to you without falsehood and without evil.
Jesus.
I warned you. Purity is upon our hands, and purity is within our hearts, and we cast out all the evil that pertains to us. So we are pure. We are pure. Ha ha ha. I got you. Hey, hey. We are pure. We are pure. There. I warned you, man.
That's cold, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to take a moment and very briefly talk about a bit of Egyptian history that most people fail to mention.
Oh, being.
The financial significance of the time. They had the ultimate pyramid scheme.
I was waiting for it. Okay.
Patreon, donate or there will be more.
Well, speaking of that, the latest video is up on Patreon. So if you have early access, you can see it. It'll go on YouTube on Monday.
Oh, it's really, really good, by the way.
Yeah. Darren gets to preview everything because I plug it. I put it on a jump drive and we watch it on this big screen, and that's where I figure out if I've made mistakes or I need to go re-render something. And so yeah, he gets to beta test or beta watch everything. Yeah. And he really liked this one. So
yes.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Daniel is working on building a temple, a space up on. As I understand, you've got a farm up in West Virginia, which perfect spot to do stuff like that. And saying you'd love to have like a Kemetic fair, sort of like a county fair or something for New Year's, and that would be really fun.
Yeah,
we'll drive up to West Virginia for that.
Yeah, and I'll go see Nas if I can too, because that's where he lives.
Yeah, one of Darren's gaming buddies lives up there. Actually, we know several folks who probably stay up there. So, best of luck with that.
Yeah, seriously, do invite us.
Yeah,
especially if there's food.
More people will come if you tell them we invite you by. Speaking of that, come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who's tuning in, both now and in the future. This eye of Horus comes, and we are purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
And this evening we welcome Aset in honor of Poret Sopdut, the emergence of Sopdut, also known as Sirius, and not the radio station. And that's because today the star will become visible over Egypt sometime next week, and that will be more in the video. But so we're still kind of in the theme for New Year's, and because Sopdut was associated with Isis, she's taking the place of honor. But we'll also light our candle for Sekhmet. because it being the turn of the year, we want to honor her and ask her for protection in the coming year. So.
Now and always.
Mm-hmm. You arise in the Kepri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Aset, and your form of Sopdut, Yunachadu, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out Spet. May you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Take these, the cool waters which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oyanachuru. These waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, Oyanachuru, that you may be purified with it. Now, to briefly address a question that I've fielded before and have had reason to, contend with personally, if you can't have milk, can you offer something else? And, absolutely. I know there are people who've offered coconut milk or almond milk or things like that.
Yeah.
And I have had to cut back how much milk I have for health reasons too. So what we actually have here is French vanilla creamer.
Yeah.
So
Pinky.
yeah. So they're getting some really rich stuff this time.
And of course, I don't actually offer milk. I offer a small model that looks like milk.
Yeah, and that's a legitimate alternative as well. We give you incense. We give you incense, great purity. Its fragrance is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you, cleanses you, it adorns you, it takes its place upon your hands. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. And I made a fairly authentic, it's not 100% authentic, but I made an Egyptian dish called kashari. And that's what's on offer tonight. I didn't put the chickpeas in it because they have to soak overnight, and it's kind of a pain. But figured I'd do something kind of authentic. And also, one of our lovely patrons sent us some Middle Eastern cookies, and so there's a mamul cookie as well. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yenichiru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. Karen, I think you had some kind of a humorous or naughty thought talking about models of things.
I'm just like, this is a model of the field of reeds. Sorry, dude.
Well, the whole idea is a model can become, if it, it's just a model here, but on the other side it becomes.
Well, what if they give him a model on the other side?
Thought to ponder. Here we go. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, Ora, Aset, Yenichiru. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horaketi within his house. Pure, pure is Aset Sopdut within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure for Ra Horaketi, for Aset, for the Nichiru, in every place that their mortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horaketi. Come to your body, O Aset. Come to your body, O Yenichiru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Aset. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them as it has since the first time. O Ra Horaketi and your son, Osir Nisu Nebkeperu Ra, your foes retreat from you, and Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead, we light this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way into light. And we bring them these cool waters from the table of the sons, that their hearts may be refreshed. Poret ta henket ka kawakdu senachin raha kudnibet nafrat wabet al kednachirim and kawan aku punibu A voice offering, bread and beer, thousand of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives. For the cause of all of these all true of voice before the great God. And now, we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased, and your cause shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law eternally. This fat is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Okay. So we will read for Aset. She is the one who pours out the inundation, which makes all people live and green plants grow, who provides sacred offerings for the gods and voice offerings for the honor spirits, because she is Lady of Heaven. Her husband is Lord of Duat, and her son is Lord of the land. Her husband is the pure water, renewing himself at Biga at his time. She is Lady of Heaven, Earth, and Duat, having brought them into being through what her heart conceived and her hands created. She is the Ba, which is in every city, watching over her son Horus and her brother Osiris. And we will read our litany to Sekhmet and the 7 arrows, which was something that we did at New Year's, and probably that was one of the parts that got cut out. So, hail Sekhmet, who presides over the land, Lady of flourishing, generous one, Sekhmet, who protects the two lands. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the first arrow of famine. Hail Sekhmet, O Curl, O hidden lady, Wajit the great. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the second arrow, drought. Hail Sekhmet, who moves in light, who terrifies the gods with her massacre. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the third arrow of war. Hail Sekhmet, who guides mankind, Lady of the dual shores, mistress of humanity. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the fourth arrow of terror. Hail Sekhmet, great shining one, foremost in the mansion of flame, who terrorizes the two lands with fear. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the fifth arrow of storm. Hail Sekhmet, who loves Ma'at and hates Zizphet, Lady of the people. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the sixth arrow of oppression. Hail Sekhmet, Uraeus, who opens the acacia, great and sovereign one. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the seventh arrow of disease. Okay. And I'm going to look and see. Oracle, hey. Yes, keep it awesome. Thank you for giving us that Discord link. Yay. Oh, sarcastic. Had to go, lost access to the charger. Bummer. Well, we're glad you're able to join us even for a little while. Let's see. Oh, Mary, I freaking love koshery. Yes. Oh, and sarcastic is saying, I feel like a Cyrus would like oat milk. You know what? That's
Probably would.
Probably would. And so, yeah.
I like oatmeal.
Oat milk.
Never had it.
You know, I'd be willing to try it. Let's see. Let's see. Milk, water, and honeycomb. Non-bread. Figs. Oh, fresh figs. That boy. That you want to talk about an authentic offering there. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Not in the car. Not the driver. Okay. Oh, okay. Questions about praying Ptahotep or the sage Ptahotep. Well, you know, he's an Aku, so I guess it's funny. There are no hymns or prayers or anything to him, but there was one to Imhotep, and also to Amenhotep, son of Hapu. And if I remember correctly, both of those are in Ancient Egyptian Literature, Volume 3. I can walk over here and get it, and that might be a good source of inspiration, and you could adapt something, because Mary Jo was asking about that. And let's see. Let me just check the. Yeah, okay. There's a hymn to Imhotep at Karnak. And this is from the late period, but it's this is an older copy of the book. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Since then they've released a newer edition, so the cover's going to look different, but it's volume 3, and you know that would be it's a great source for a lot of things, but because there's some the instructions of Ankh Shashank are in there, but that would be a good source. You know, take that and just get creative and adapt something. That would be my suggestion. So let me scroll through and of course we have our bowl for our cookies. And I said, as you said, good morning. He must be a little ahead. So it's funny. Talking about prayers for Ra's mercy because the earth is burning hot. And I was also thinking of Sekhmet, to save us from drought. But also. Okay, so sir, it's good eye, sarcastic, and Kira all have separate cookies. We also have a cookie for all of us. Okay. Alrighty. And okay, and Sarah's boyfriend is moving back home.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, it says to be with his family and start a new path. Prayers for safety, change, and good luck. Yeah, prayers for my under a literal bridge for one last time. Oh goodness. Wow. Yeah. Oh, neat. Yeah. You know what? To do the symbol. Okay. And yeah. Listen, if Married Raw, if you post a link and it shows like hidden or whatever, I'll approve it. It doesn't always do that, but yeah. There's you've got folks plugging your stuff. But Daniel says prayers for my appointment Monday and surgery next week. So We prayers for health and protection, and we'll continue to ask Sekhmet. So I tell you what, let's read this other prayer that she has. Hail, Sekhmet the Great, eye of Ra, who hides him within her iris. Hail, Sekhmet, sovereign, mistress of light, who moves in brightness. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of darkness, at whose setting the dusk comes. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of fear, whose seal brings death. Hail unto you, Sekhmet, daughter of Ra, who loves Ma'at, who detests Isfet, most holy of the gods, one seeks life in you. And we humbly ask you, O sovereign lady, to protect our dear friends that are tuning in and their family members. Sarah's boyfriend, who's coming back home and is waiting for family to come and get him. Safe travels for him back home. Health for Daniel and his father, who's having surgery. And anyone else, if I missed anyone, let us know. Let's catch you live. Oh, okay. It's interesting. I'm in the UK, so it's 3 a.m. Oh goodness. And I hope it's cooled off a little bit for you guys, because when you guys were at 40 degrees centigrade, we were there around the same time. So it's kind of strange for it to be as hot in the American Deep South, as it is in England. That doesn't normally happen. So.
Not only just England, but Europe.
Yeah. So okay. And I'm getting a lot of drawing inspiration. I wonder who would fall into that domain. Jehuti might a little bit. I think Jehuti would be a patron of animators, but that's because it involves art, but also science. Okay, let me start with. Let's see, one cookie for all of us for the week, and then. Sarah, Sarcastic, and Akira. So let's get those, and then I'm going to go down through the rest of everyone. So
in a sense, you could ask for Hecka to help you with drawing inspiration in art, because he is the Lord over images.
That's a possibility, and you know what? I need to spend some time with him and draw something of him, because there's not a lot of artwork of him out there. So, but yeah, let's get our fortune for everyone for the week. And yeah. Okay, so this is for everyone. So even if you're catching us later, this is still for you. Cultivation to the mind is as necessary as food to the body. So you got to feed your mind, not just your body. Cultivation to the mind is as necessary as food to the body. And that can take a lot of different forms, whether it be, reading and educating yourself, or just going out and experiencing something new, just enjoying yourself, all things that keep your brain doing and experiencing. You're cultivating. So cultivation to the mind is as necessary as food to the body. All right, and now Sarah, Austin, and then I think Sarcastic and Akira. Okay. Sarah, big fortunes fall from the sky. Small fortunes come from saving. Now, I get the sense that what that means is you should save, but it still gives you a small fortune. That's going to be, what helps you get through things. But there will be, windfalls will happen. You'll get big blessings, somewhere, but, Don't neglect the small fortunes that come from saving.
You'll often find the breath that you need to get through.
Yeah. Big fortune falls from the sky. Small fortunes come from saving. And that's true. I can say we've had both. Because I will never forget 11 years ago, we literally had $50,000 in the bank, but we're homeless. We were hotel surfing while we were waiting to close on this house. So, and it was crazy because, Darren's dad had died and he had left us an insurance policy. That's what allowed us to get the house. But while we were waiting, we were stuck with no place, to stay except hotels. And it's kind of crazy. It's frustrating, but everything that you own is either in storage or in the back of your car. But we got through it. And, you can have those big blessings that just come out of nowhere. Sometimes they come from unfortunate things like losing someone, but we wouldn't have been able to use that blessing as well had we not been frugal and trying to do things for ourselves up to that point. So just a little bit of life wisdom there, I guess. So next we have Sarcastic and then Akira. Sarcastic. Yeah, now I know Sarcastic had to go because they didn't have the charger, but I guess we can pass this on to them later because they got two today. Okay. Do not worry about holding a high position. Worry rather about playing your proper role. Now that's the first one. Now there's a second one to this. Discipline is wisdom and vice versa. Wow, we need to pass this on to Sarcastic. Because they got two. Do not worry about holding a high position. Worry rather about playing your proper role. Then, discipline is wisdom and vice versa.
Wow.
Don't let your ambitions get the better of you. Concentrate on being where you are and hang on, where you rush. Yes. If Darrow was going to use quotes to do divination, it would be from Master Yoda.
Yeah.
But of course, you've got a Yoda Magic 8-Ball from the 80s.
I do.
So,
actually, it's technically not a Magic 8-Ball, but
good advice.
Yeah,
it works the same way.
Yeah, but anyway, don't worry about holding a high position. Worry rather about playing your proper role. So wherever you're at, you're there for a reason. Take the most advantage of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these aside, and if we need to find a way to type that over or whatever for Sarcastic, we'll get that to them now. Akira is next. And poor Akira, I was thinking about her because they're talking about all the wildfires and stuff going on out in Texas right now, and of course they're hovering away from blackouts, just constantly. So love to all our friends in Texas, but do not hesitate to look for help an extra hand should always be welcomed. So, so there you go. So, Akira, do not hesitate to look for help. An extra hand should always be welcomed. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, let people know. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You could find new friends or enriched experiences with friends. Okay, so next up, okay, Daniel, and then Caleb, and then Blue Conlon. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Daniel, Caleb, Blue Conlon. Okay, and then I see Seti, the red cap. Okay. Drum roll. There we go. Daniel. Daniel, buy things because you need them, not because they are on sale. And you know what's really funny is I think you had shared a link to a place that had some statues of Hellenistic Isis on sale. She might be telling you, hold off on that. Buy things because you need them, not because they are on sale. Now, next is Caleb. Caleb, do not put off till tomorrow what can be enjoyed today. Have a little fun this weekend. Do not put off till tomorrow what can be enjoyed today. Okay, and Blue Conlon. Blue Conlon, better to face danger than be always in fear. Better to face danger than to always be in fear. I think somebody's telling you there's something you've been avoiding. Face it. It's if you face it, it's going to be a lot smaller than if you just let it, loom behind you and try to avoid it. Better to face danger than to always be in fear. Okay, and Seti the red cap. Oh, no way. Well, Seti, you're the good cookie this time because this one was empty. I think that's their way of telling you, you know what the answer is, go for it. And again, this is just the sense I'm getting something about you're waiting on approval, don't. Okay, and Sarana. Okay. You know what patron? You're asking who's the patron of architecture? That would be Sesha. Hmm. Oh, and Mary Ryan said, "Finally quit your job so you can work on painting more." Well, I hope that's a good thing, because there's always the question, when you quit something like that, can I afford to do that? But I've been plenty of times. I've been where I'd rather you know deal with what alternatives are there than be stuck in a pretty miserable job. So I hope that's means nothing but good and better opportunities for you. So yeah, and it didn't allow the link for Etsy, but we'll find you and we'll hook you up. Sarana, and then 911. Okay, cool. So, yeah. All right. So Sarana, and then 911, and then I'll scroll down some more because I see there's some more comments. Sarana, every person is the architect of his own fortune. We'll say there, but every person is the architect of their own fortune. So you got this. You can make this happen, whatever it is. And for 9/11. It's always interesting how there's some of them where it's like, okay, boom. But then other times where I barely have to shake it and wham. It's like they were waiting to tell you this one. So 9/11. Character is much easier kept than recovered.
No shit.
Character is much easier kept than recovered. Don't do something to blow it. So mind, resist temptation. Mind yourself and resist temptation. Character is much easier kept than recovered.
So what? Be a Luke, don't be an Anakin.
Yeah. Okay, an oracle, like a divination, please, regarding the new job. And then Kai Sobe. So, yeah. Okay,
Oracle should already know.
Oh, So, Oracle, and yeah, Caleb hopefully saw yours. Okay, and then Kai Sobe. And then I see a couple more. But, yeah, we need to be nice to Oracle because they have the links to the Discord. And got a new job, so yeah, here's hoping for good tidings. Scrunch these down a little bit. Okay, and it says, education is not filling a bucket, but lighting a fire. The hit that I'm getting from this is This new job is going to be a learning opportunity. And of course, this can be coming from some of my experience. I've had jobs before where, it really had nothing to do with what I want to be doing, but I learned things about just organization and managing large projects and things like that, structure that I was able to apply later. You got to look for that. It takes a certain amount of drive to be able to say, hey, I can take this and apply it elsewhere. And that's lighting a fire. But education is not filling a bucket, but lighting a fire. So hopefully, you are wanting to know about this new job. Use that as a springboard and an opportunity to learn. So, Kai Sobek. And we hope things are doing better for you too, sweetheart. And may this bring a good year for you too, so Kai Sobek. But your fortune says, don't be over self-confident with your first impression of others. Or maybe don't be overconfident with your first impression of others.
Don't give them so much leeway.
Yeah, because I was thinking,
be careful.
Yeah. Listen to that little voice. If something keeps clicking in the back of your mind, pay attention to it. Your first impressions, don't second guess yourself and think, oh, this person is cool, they'll be okay. There might be some folks, and I get a sense that maybe your family has issues with that too. But yeah, don't be taken in at first blush by somebody. Don't be overconfident with your first impression of others. Okay, Alejandro, and then Mary Gra.
Always interesting, the ones that just land on the altar versus the ones that just fly across the ring.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Alejandro. Everything you add to the truth subtracts from the truth. Everything you add to the truth subtracts from the truth. So don't embellish. And again, this my impression, I could be wrong on this, but the thought that I had is don't add to what someone else told you. Just repeat it straight. Stick to what was given. Everything you add to the truth subtracts from the truth.
Stick to the facts.
Yeah. Okay, Mary Gra. Okay, well, that's sarcastic. No, awesome. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay, Mary Rose. I'm about to go to college. Anyways, I had to quit in a few weeks. Oh, hey, that's cool. Been there too. So, okay. How do you say victory to Lord? How do you say Jai?
You just did.
Using a green. Oh, well, we'll see. There's one. Jai Ma. That's Victoria's mother. That's another Hindu I think they'll use it like in chants. And so Mary Gra was wanting to know if there's something like that in a chant. Victor, I think that'd be Nacht, so Nacht Nebhoru, maybe, but that's just off the top of my head. Anyway, so and I see Nordic Rage asked for a cookie. Let's see, for divination for him as well. Okay, and okay, so Mary Gra. Okay. Cool. All right. Okay. All right. I'm just checking to make sure that I didn't miss anything. So we're gonna go Mary Gra, then I'll do Nordic Rage, and then Sarah, I know she asked for one for your boyfriend, so we'll catch him. So. Mary Gra, confidence is the hinge on the door to success. So just keep doing what you're doing, and be excited for fall and starting classes. It's going to be great. Confidence is the hinge on the door to success. And so we'll make sure we get Nordic Rage. Wow, that one just popped right out. And then Sarah Austin for her boyfriend. Nordic Rage, energy spent now preparing for tomorrow is sure to bear tasty fruit. Energy spent now preparing for tomorrow is sure to bear tasty fruit. So plan ahead for success, but also do it. Make those preparations. Don't just think about it. Just do it, and it will work out. So now for Sarah's boyfriend. My prayers are with him. May Neat and Ufos open their ways for him so he can get home safely. We'll be back with those who love it. And Sarah, tell your boyfriend, everyone has a photographic memory. Some just don't have film. Everyone has a photographic memory. Some just don't have film. And I kind of get the sense that as he's trying to make sense of what's been going on, that might be something that helps. Okay, let me try and catch up and see. Okay. There's a lot of discussion about some Norse mythology and things like that. That I'm not so familiar with, but actually, if you want to know about the the whole story with the tree and Adam and Eve. Learn about Mesopotamian mythology. There is a surprising amount of parallel between that and what I'm going to call the founding myths of Judeo-Christianity. Because there's even a tree in the underworld in Sumerian mythology. And it's Inanna that eats from that tree so that she can, it's a metaphor for learning about sexuality. And so that, you can see where that kind of evolved and got applied to, the prototypical, man and woman, and remember, we know the story about Moses being found in a basket of bulrushes. The story originally was told about Sargon of Akkad. So, there's a surprising number of parallels with Mesopotamian and Jewish, later Judeo-Christian mythology. So. Oh, yes. Speaking of Anubis, did anyone else connect with him first when they started the Kemetic path? Oh, yes, very much, and he tends to do that. But yes, and not Nebhoru, victorious Lord Horus. So yeah, you got it right. But anyway, if that's it, if I'm missing anybody, prayer requests or requests for divinations, just let me know. But I'll go ahead and get everything wrapped up. Thank you, as always, for joining us. And I'm going to schedule the video for Monday for the latest episode. And you can, if you're on Patreon, you can see it a little early. So, yep. Go ahead and get that. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Kipri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Nu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Enid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Nu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Nu, endures. As the name of Geb at the earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the shrine of Shenit in Nu, endures. As the name of Osir Kentiamentiu endures. Twice over because we missed him in the video. As the name of Aset in Nicheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pe endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Kamenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures, likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Poret Sopdut. You have come in peace, O Yemetridu. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, Poret Sopdut. May you go forth in peace, O Yemetridu, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Menjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay, just making sure I didn't miss anybody. Alrighty. And kind of get the sense that since somebody mentioned Osiris, I kind of get the sense that he's very active right now, and I can't really put my finger on it, but that's just he's busy at the moment, so we might see signs of him in various places. But we'll be observing a holiday for him at the beginning of August. So, thank you guys. Yeah, it's getting to be harvest time. It's funny. There was we went to. I miss our lesbian witches in the woods.
Me too.
And I say that with all the love in the world because that's what they are, and they're great, and they're way out in the country, and they have a really nice altar space.
Well,
and everything, but
I've been told all we need to do is call and we can go.
All right, well, you know what? We'll keep that in mind because we went to a llamas thing that they did, and I brought my statues of Osiris and Anubis, and I've got pictures of it somewhere, and they had like was it a coyote skull or a cow skull or something, and they had a whole bunch of other things. So it became a very eclectic altar, but it was really nice, and just had a great time, and so it's funny because the Wagi feast comes so close after Lammas. It's very easy to combine the two, and also it's not too far from the weeping for Tammuz, which again a Mesopotamian thing, but a lot of parallels there. So.
Just like later on, we have Halloween and everything else lining up with Silkar.
Yeah.
The mysteries.
Yeah. Well, that's I'm trying not to, I'm trying not to get too anxious for that. Although I think the Halloween stuff is going to start showing up in stores in like a few more weeks. So.
Yeah, it will. And then it'll disappear before October if I let.
Yes.
And
Yes,
then
I
the
know.
best part of that is the candy.
Huh?
The best part of that's the candy.
I tell you what, and if anybody ever wonders if folks that have passed on, can they make themselves known? Ever since my dear adopted grandpa Wally passed away in 2017. See, he was a big fan of Snickers bars, but I think that like that generation, the greatest generation, they liked Snickers bars. Because I later found out that my biological grandpa liked them too. Well, every Halloween since then, we have somehow ended up with a bag of Snickers minis that has not been touched and has not been distributed to kids. And it's like, yeah, Wally, I can tell that you wanted those for yourself. So, every Halloween I make sure he gets some. Oh, and Wolf is saying the Dollar General already has Halloween candy out. Yeah, but now and
remember, Anubis likes canned chocolate.
Yeah, but I know, Seti, you're describing this initiation that you had in a dream. That's really powerful. Yeah, so that's that's quite the experience. Something's telling me if you've got a journal and you write things like that down somewhere, it might be something you'd want to look at later. But in the meantime, guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. But y'all try to stay cool. I know it's hard. It's just going to be a long, hot summer. Let's pray for a refreshing fall. So, much love to you guys. And check out the newest video on Monday. Yes, hydrate. Yes, hydrate, everybody. Yeah, drink some of those cool waters. And We'll see you soon.